Hello, everybody. This is Bob Anderson, and I want to do just an update video of, you know, my payout. First of all, that was the screenshot there. Um, so let me talk about that. I've talked about I have 10 PA accounts, five that were older, five that were newer, that kind of stuff. And what I did on August 1st August 1st was the first day I was eligible since my accounts got straightened out. I mean, I tried to do this last month where I tried to ask for a draw and I waited. I did it on the last day, which was like the 20th or something of July. And they wouldn't let me do it because my account name did not match my bank account name, which it never has. But somehow I didn't get a draw. So they corrected that a couple days after the last draw payout eligibility date. So August 1st, which is the next time I could ask for a draw, I applied. Um, the I did it like the morning of August 1st, something like that, like 9 o'clock or something. I don't remember exactly. But what I do remember is half of my accounts were approved for distribution by August 2nd, which was a Friday, I believe. Yeah, it was a Friday. And then that was it. Nothing happened to any of my accounts again until Monday, August 5th. That's when the rest of my accounts got approved for a withdrawal, which was pretty cool. Okay. I mean, that's pretty quick. Now, did I anticipate having any problems getting a draw? I did not anticipate any problems. Because again, I've talked about this. My strategy is, every entry has a target and a stop. Granted, I might move them around. Or I do move them around, specifically the stop. And I remember I moved my stop forward, so not backwards. So and I have a pretty precise, clear strategy that uses like three different entry types. So it's pretty clear, pretty straightforward. And so I did not expect to get my accounts, to go deeper into review. And I didn't. Now, the advantage I probably have over anybody new is that, and I don't know because I don't know how this is done. Okay, so I'm just giving my 10 cents. Is that I've had multiple payouts in the past, but that doesn't mean that this time they may not have messaged me and said, well, you need to do videotapes of you trading and that kind of stuff. I don't know. Some of the stuff I've seen people having to do. I mean, nothing said that I wasn't going to have to go through that this time. I don't, but I didn't. Of course, I was going to link them straight to my YouTube channel and say, "Here's the trades. Show me which one wasn't. Show me the ones that I did that didn't match this 120 some videos." But anyways, I did not have that problem. So, anyways, so to the payout part. I believe. Let me look here because I don't quite remember. Gosh, hold on here. That I ended up getting paid out two different payouts also. And I'm trying to let me just quickly here. I ended up receiving the money. I think on the 12th of August. Does that make sense? 12th of August. Yeah, I believe that was it. On the 12th of August, I got paid. And that was the screenshot I put on the video. So, Apex payout right here. Yeah, August 12th, I got paid out. So, approved 2nd and the 5th, paid out August 12th. So, I mean, that's not bad. I got 5 and 5. I got $10,000. So, anyways, now let's talk about since August, whatever. And I don't specifically remember, like August 6th or whatever. I haven't been trading, okay, until today. Today was the first day I've traded in a week. Why? Well, I've been busy. I got stuff going on. I do have a life. I had to move my daughter to her job down in Raleigh, and just being dad type things that you got to do. And of course, I got my business, which is which is busy, um, and that stuff. But anyways, I did trade today. I want to show those trades, and then I also want to give 2 cents of perspective. August, in my opinion, is the roughest month for my strategy to trade. Anyways, the follow through is just atrocious. I went and looked at the charts yesterday, and I mean, if you look at if when the market opens, your candle sizes are small. You go back and look at yesterday's charts for the NQ, RTY, and you look at 930 candles, 931, 932, 933, 934. You look at those candles. Granted, they're bigger than the candles to the left of them, prior to the market opening, but they're significantly small compared to what the candles look like when the market normally opens. So I was glad I didn't trade yesterday. Today, a little different. We had some pretty big news at 8:30, and then the 9:30 start hit, and boom, boom, boom. I took 3 trades, all 3 in the NQ, all 3 with 100 tick target, 30 tick stop loss. And I had 2 full hits and one loss, and I'm going to show those to you here in a minute. But anyways, and to be honest with you, I think for the rest of the month I'm probably going to be really cautious. I mean, I think probably going to focus on the 5-minute red line trades, and maybe the overnight open. But the 1-minute gold line trades, unless there's a big pullback for a big push, I don't know that there's much in those right now. Anyways, let me show you some charts, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we have the NQ. And why did I trade the NQ? Well, because the market is just so dead. I feel like I can stomach the NQ until the market comes back. But anyways, so we had 8:30 news. Notice this was the daily high. This was the daily low before the 8:30 news. So there has not been much movement all overnight. And then you had the 8:30 news, which was some pretty important news. And we up and down, up and down. Here's the overnight open. Here's the 5-minute red line. Here's the 1-minute gold line. Remember, we're looking for trades in the 1-minute gold line, like after 9:45. We're looking for trades in the 5-minute red line, say after about 10:30. And the overnight open, pretty much whenever a setup will happen. So here we go, except of course the open and news. So here we are, 9:30 is right here. Boom, up the market goes, creates a new daily high, rolls over. And this is where I call, this is the time that I'm saying they're just playing their games. They haven't shown their hand yet what direction they're going to go. So we just need to be patient. And so that's all I'm doing, is just being patient. I'm not worried about taking a trade here. I'm not worried about anything. I mean, I'm literally very calm right now. I mean, very calm. And then all of a sudden we're breaking these Donchian Channel lows. Okay, so let's talk about this Donchian Channel. What is this Donchian Channel again? This is from the bottom. This blue line is the lowest point price has been for the previous 60 minutes back to the left. That's how I have my settings. Over here, the lowest price, by the way, just to give you an idea, the lowest price, or the highest price on the top side, the highest price, that price has been for the last 60 minutes. Notice before the news even happened. Look at this. for 60 minutes. Price never went anywhere. Why the 60 minutes? Well, because what we're looking for is for that channel to get expanded away. So you'll see here. So like here, we're heading towards 945. This is 945 right here. We have expanded the line to the downside. So we're going back into a zone that we haven't been in for the last 60 minutes. So we're clearing out space. And now we're looking for a pullback to then take a break of that pullback back into this newly created space in price for the last hour. So let's keep going. Holy cow. So here's our low. Here's our low from this candle for the pivot. Here's our next candle, which has a higher low. Higher low. Okay? Then this one has a higher low. That's exactly what we're looking for a smooth pullback. Higher lows. On the long side, we're looking for lower highs. Lower highs. Lower highs. Lower highs. You get the idea, right? Okay? That is for the 1 minute gold line. That is the requirement for price to have a smooth pullback. Now, obviously, none of this qualified because we didn't break a Donchian channel from the pivot. This is a Donchian channel push from the pivot. Okay? So then we go up. Not only did this go up into and pierce the 9 EMA 1 minute gold line, but it also pierced the overnight open. This did not pierce the overnight open by this little amount at 948 by accident. Okay? Just like it didn't pierce it right here after the crossover retest by accident. By the way, this trade right here, this shows you, this is a perfect example of what the algos are looking for. It slammed across the overnight open, came back, sat on top of it, boom, 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 boom. What you may not realize is that's well over $500 with one contract. How do I know that? Well, you'll see here in a minute. But anyways, so then this candle, when this candle closed, we pierced the 9 EMA. When this candle closed right here, then our sell stop should be one tick below it. Okay? Well, that didn't happen because then this one opened and closed. Now, this is an inside bar, meaning the high of this candle is lower than this, and the low of this candle is higher than this, which is a rather interesting bar because that normally means when you have a bar inside another bar, the break of that, this is like confirmation on top of confirmation on top of confirmation. I can't have more confirmation than this. What are the confirmations? Not that you need them. One is we had a smooth pullback back into the 1 minute gold line on the south side of the 5 minute red line. After 945, we had a retest of the overnight open also with a nice 1, 2, 3 smooth pullback, 4 candles straight back. Then we had a candle inside the candle. Anyways, I didn't take this trade, but I would have been all over it if I hadn't been paying attention instead of on the phone. Why? Bam. There's your $500. Just like that. And down we go. Now all of a sudden you got a new Donchian low. Back up into the gold line. Bam. Down it goes again. So now we have a new Donchian low. We're rolling up to the gold line again. Okay. Again, we're still after 945. This is 945. So we had one here, and here we go. So this is about the time I started paying attention, i.e. I was off the phone. So I'm going to walk you through my thought process of what I was doing here. Okay. Now, boom. Let's talk about this. This candle pierced the 9 EMA. The problem is the bottom of that candle, if you look, the bottom of that candle right there barely is above the Donchian Channel low. I don't like that. I like space because that means we've cleaned out all the things from the past that would cause price to not freely flow back through here. What do I mean by freely flow back through here? This may have pivoted from here back to here purely because this may be like, who knows, yesterday's daily open. Who knows? I mean, the reason it pivoted from there, we don't know. Okay, we do not know. But what we do know is if we clean out space in here, then we're cleaning out an area where price has roamed freely. So let's keep going. Oh, now all of a sudden, look at this candle. Open and close. It's still below the 9 EMA. This high, I mean, this low is higher than this low, which is higher than this low. So do we have a smooth pullback? Yes. As soon as this candle closed, I'd have a sell stop one tick below this candle. Okay. Now all of a sudden, bam, same thing. This candle has a low that's higher than this low. So when this candle closes, I'd be one tick below that one. Then this candle opens and closes. And again, the low is higher than this low. So as soon as this candle closes, remember, you got a timer down here. That's what all the settings are down below in this description of the video. But anyways, as soon as this candle closes, you got your sell stop one tick below that. Oh my. Now the thing rotating up. Still, but we have not been compromised. The bottom is higher than the bottom of this candle. So we still haven't been taken into the trade. Then bam. Okay, now this candle opens and closes. What's the big deal about this candle? Well, it's kind of hard. This is where things get kind of hard to go backwards and look versus live. Live, this gold line was unquestionably into above this wick of this candle. So my entry is still south of this gold line. Why is it not? It's now it looks like it's even with it. Why does it look like that? Well, because the head of that gold line got pulled down when that happened. Okay? So it just doesn't look necessarily right. Right now, it looks like it's even with it. Anyway, so there was my entry, one tick below this candle, closing, bam, down it goes, and then there's my 100 ticks. Zing, zing, done. Okay? So now I'm up 500 bucks. Should have been 1,000. Should have been 1,000. Because that one right there was a beautiful trade right there. Anyways, so off we go, off we go, off we go. Notice this one didn't create a new Donchian low, so this pullback doesn't matter, even though there's no space between here and there. All right. Remember, we want Donchian lows, then pullbacks. Donchian lows, then pullbacks. Okay? Same thing with Donchian highs, then pullbacks. I'll show you Donchian high in a minute. So, here we are. Now we got Donchian lows, and we're after 10:15. But we aren't creating any space. There's no space. So I don't take any trade there. I didn't take a trade, didn't do nothing, just sat here. And then this didn't create a new Donchian low. So by the time we had space, this pullback is no longer smooth because this candle's lower than this candle. So that's not a smooth pullback unless you have a new Donchian channel low, not an equal low from this one. So when that pulled back, there's no trade there. So that simple thing right there, by recognizing that this did not create a new low from this, kept you from making this mistake right here, which is taking this trade right here that still rolled up on you. All right. Then we're sitting here slopping back and forth, slopping back and forth, slopping back and forth. And then all of a sudden, oh, and by the way, we're after 10:15 here, after 10:30 even. So when this rolled up, now mind you, there was no break of a candle south, but I wasn't looking for a 1-minute gold line anymore. Okay. But setup wise, yes, low, Donchian channel low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Setup wise, it's beautiful. especially since you had a whole candle above the gold line here, and then you had a crossover, daily low, pull up. I mean, that's honestly, that's a beautiful setup otherwise. But it didn't actually break ever. So there, even if you were looking at that aggressively, it never gave you an entry. Because see how none of these candles all the way up to here, none of them broke the bottom of the candle to the left. So you never would have been taken into the trade. So let's keep watching this. Let's keep watching this. Let's keep watching this. Let's keep watching this. So now we're after 10:30, so I'm looking for 5-minute red lines. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bam. Now we finally pierced the 5-minute red line. Now, this is where I screwed up, kind of, I guess. Let's do thought process. So we crossed the red line, created new daily lows, new Donchian Channel low, relatively smooth pullback. Remember, this is a 5-minute red line here. What does that mean? It means that it's a 21 SMA on a 5-minute chart that 5-minute traders will be using to take trades. Okay, so a smooth pullback to a 5-minute trader is a clump of 5 of these candles, and they all seem to be going relatively into a sequence of a pattern to the upside back into that 5 EMA. I mean, this 5-minute red line. So I'm not concerned that my pullback is, something wanky, that just kind of meandered its way back to the red line. You want something with some authority. So when this candle closed, I had my sell stop right here, one tick below it. And then the next candle opened, and this is where things got a little hairy. Because what got hairy was two things. Number one, all of a sudden we had a Donchian channel got pushed up to the long side. Okay? Remember, we're looking to go short. What was this a signal of? This was a signal right here. See how I got my crosshairs right there? That when that got pushed up, that was a signal that this pivot from 60 minutes ago had been broken. For less than 60 minutes ago. Less than 60 minutes ago, got broken. And that was the pivot that rotated us all the way down to the bottom. The trade that I actually took. Remember, I took that trade. And this is the rotation down to the bottom. When this thing came up and broke the top of that pivot, that is a sign that we may be going the other direction. But I stayed biased of my opinion that we were going to go short because of the way we rotated down and then up, and ours our first attempt at the 5-minute red line. So what happened? I had my sell stop one tick below this candle when it closed. Bam, I'm in. And bam, I got knocked out. Bam, $150 lost immediately. So let's talk about that for just a second. Okay. This is where, sometimes you got to stay calm because you might miss what's actually going on if you don't stay calm. So let's talk about this. We had a Donchian Channel low. We had a smooth pullback to the red line and then a rollover that didn't work. Then we rolled, but we had a Donchian Channel high, all in this same move. Donchian Channel low, Donchian Channel high. In the same exact move, one from the top of the red line and one from the bottom of the red line. Okay? So, when I got knocked out for my 30-tick loss here, what I did is I said, son of a, you know what? They're running this thing long. And so when this candle closed, I had my entry one tick above it. And bam, 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 bam. $500. So that was my way that was my way of getting my second trade in, my third trade. So I had my first trade, which is right here, should have been here. Then it was here. This was my first trade. This was my second that failed. But again, if you're trading with smaller stops and bigger targets, remember, look at how patient I had to be to get to here. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. To be perfectly honest with you, if the market had more movement in it, these candles right here were brutal for an NQ. If the market had more movement in it, I would have put my target up here at the overnight open. I would have put my target up here at the overnight open. But given that we just don't have any movement, I left it at the 100 ticks. Let's see if that was a smart move. Oh, I guess it was. It's like that thing barely cleared. Yeah. Anyways, those are my trades. I don't think I'm going to be trading too much, to be honest with you, until I start seeing some more concise movement going forward. But I did take a couple trades today that I thought I would show. And I'm excited that I got my money from Apex. I got $10,000 in the first 2 weeks of August that I got paid out. So that was good news. I want everybody to have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.